on Facebook. This time of year, somebody will post a picture of poke salad. And here's how the conversation goes. And I'm getting better about not jumping into it. Not very good at that. Hey, that's poke salad. Granny used to cook and eat that. Hey, that's poke salad. Run. Don't touch it. Don't even harvest it. If you do, wear gloves or respirator and armor. It's toxic. It'll kill you if it's taller than 12 inches tall. And I always think, so if it's 12.2 inches tall, suddenly it's toxic. Or let's say 7 inches tall. It's poisonous from the time it comes out of the ground and while it's in the ground. But those toxins are water soluble. They come out, especially like the Phytolacca toxin. It's water soluble. When the water's running clear and it's long and bitter, you can pick it when it's 18,000 feet tall and still eat it. It's not as good then, but it's still edible. I did a YouTube video showing me picking the berries, eating berries, and then eating the big old leaves. It took about 7 boilings instead of 2 or 3. But they're water soluble toxins.
You can eat the berries if you boil them?
No, you don't have to boil the berries. Here's how you use this plant medicinally. Let's go with it from the fall back to spring, or back down to the ground. In the fall, when the berries are ripe and purple, if you have mild osteoarthritis, oh, my knuckle, it's gonna rain. My elbow, well, that's my wrist. Elbow, wrist, just that mild osteo type. Take you 2 or 3 ripe berries, swallow them whole, don't chew them. Number 1, the seeds are the toxic part. Some things will say they're the highly toxic part, some mildly toxic. They're just barely mildly toxic. But they're very hard. So where do you find pokeberries? There's been a bird sitting there. It goes through their GI tract, the acids in the stomach break this outer coating down a little bit so they can germinate better. Then out, sprout. Works the same way with people. You swallow them cold as they go through your GI tract. The anti-inflammatory chemicals leach out, give you the relief, then they're out, they sprout. Well, or in your septic tank or whatever. But they're not going to kill you. If you take the seeds out, make pie with it. There's no toxicity whatsoever. It's a good blood purifier. In fact, we do a thing at First Methodist Gadsden every year called Gift Gadsden. We do a lot of different free classes. I always do edible medicinal plant classes for 4 days, and I told them one year, I said, we're going to do wild foods, and I'm going to make you a pokeberry pie. So I made them a pokeberry pie with acorn flower crust, pokeberries. Y'all familiar with Rose of Sharon bushes? Mm-hmm. That's in the hibiscus family, very sweet, very tasty. So I put Rose of Sharon flowers in it to give it a chewy. So when a jelly pie, another acorn flower crust, some service berry compote on top. Everybody ate it, everybody loved it. Came back the next night and I said, anybody die? Nope. Anybody go to the ER? Nope. It spells that toxicity, number doesn't. What happens is, your kid ate 3 pokeberries. Here's what you do, because you've been told how toxic they are. You flip a wig and you run them to the ER. They pump their stomach and it gets passed down. Kids are getting poisoned all the time by pokeberries. No, it's because mama flips a wig and takes them to the ER, and so they become a statistic. But everything you read, and I've been researching this for 31 years, before the internet even, I can't find anybody that's died. Now, I know one person who did, and I have personal experience. Well, I didn't do it. Lady in Mississippi, her mother has been sick for years, really bad health, went out and gathered poke leaves, ate them raw, which is a no-no, and got sick and died the next day. And I think that played in with her other health issues. But yeah, I mean, it's a very toxic plant, but prepared properly, I can poison you out of your garden just as fast as with poke salad. Your vegetable garden can kill you dead in an instant if you do something wrong. An autoimmune herb that works as an immunomodulator like poke or echinacea is one. People think it's a stimulant, but it's actually a modulator. In fact, the government considers echinacea as an autoimmune modulator as in possible treatment of Ebola. And it says, be strong, but don't fight the body. Or if your immune system's hyper, it'll say dampen it down, but don't be bottom down. It balances it the way it needs to be. That's one way poke works. And poke is also it's got what's called poke antiviral protein in it, PAP. And when I take trips like the Amazon or wherever, we go live with the Indians and I eat whatever. I don't care. Just take your shots, go eat. But I take poke with me. If it touches it, it'll kill it. So great plant.